You gotta show up. Don't just show up for yourself, but show up for your people too. Why do I say this? It's because as I am filming right now, guys, I am completing my 30-day YouTube challenge. This wasn't something I talked about publicly. It was just something private between my wife and I. She had encouraged me to do it, and I am so thankful for her. So the challenge for me, guys, was to film a long-form YouTube video for 30 days straight. And I came up with a posting schedule as well, in which I posted 3 long-form videos a week. Like I said, guys, the filming part of this challenge is complete. I am still in the midst of posting the videos, but so far I have not missed a single day. The filming though, that was the hard part. First week, let's get it. I was filming them videos. Second week, all right, we could do this, Dre. We got this, keep pushing. Third week, exhaustion, lack of ideas, filming late nights. Fourth week, I was dragging, pulled off some miracles. I don't know how I did it. There was one day where I stopped filming at 11:58 p.m. because I had made it a point that I had to finish before midnight. Now, the purpose of this challenge was not to burn out. I definitely had some days where I burned out. The purpose was to establish a habit, a routine where I film and post consistently on YouTube long form videos. Now, the reason I keep specifying long form videos, guys, is because long form content, especially here on YouTube, has always been my Achilles heel. Long form talking head videos like the one you're watching now does not come natural to me. You know those people that just pick up the camera and just talk to it for 10 minutes? Not me. And what I mean by that is that the way my brain has always worked is that I am somebody who thinks before he speaks. By being someone who is a critical and deep thinker, by default, that also comes with overthinking. So those few times when I did pick up a camera and just try to talk straight up, that was back when I had just started my YouTube journey. It was extremely challenging. It just wasn't natural for me, and I just found myself tripping over my words and just feeling extremely drained from the process. And from that point, to be completely transparent, I dodged it. I came up with every excuse not to film long form talking head videos here on YouTube. And deep down, a part of me knew that I was dodging it, but at the same time, there was another part of me that was convincing myself that by posting short form content, I was still rising to the challenge of creating on YouTube. And so when it comes to shorts, the truth is, it is a lot easier. You can post a 7-second video, not have to say anything, and it can still get a lot of views. And so I became a master at that. I posted shorts like crazy. If you look at my channel, I actually have over 1,000 shorts that I've posted. And they weren't always consistent, but I had stretches where I was very consistent. And what actually made things worse is that I took that same mentality to TikTok. And I found success on TikTok from making short form content. But in reality, I was straying away farther and farther from the very thing that had been plaguing me for years. And as a lot of you guys know who are watching this channel, I am someone who preaches that introverts can do anything and everything they set their mind to. And I don't want to be a hypocrite. That's not who I am. So yes, even though I have risen to the challenge so many times as an introvert throughout my life and came out on top, if I cannot rise to this one specific challenge, in my opinion, that negates everything that I've done. By just posting shorts and not posting long form content, I was taking the easy route. That's the truth that I had to come to grips with. And the truth is, my channel may never actually blow up in the way that I had always envisioned it to, because I had taken the easy route of posting shorts. I'm not going to get into the details, but essentially because I have built an audience here mainly on shorts, the subscribers that I attracted were folks who don't have as long of attention spans and they like short form content. But what I'm trying to build is an audience who watches long form content. So it's a totally different type of viewer. And not saying it's not possible, but it's just that the people who are already subscribed most likely aren't going to sit through one of my long videos, and by default that hurts my watch time, which hurts my growth. But that's the thing, guys, that I'm actually very happy about, is that I don't care anymore about how many subscribers I got or how much watch time I get. And you know why, guys? It's because I went through the process. I went through the process of filming every day and posting consistently. When you go through that process, there are things that happen along your journey of content creation that words cannot even describe. It helps you to see things that you may not necessarily have seen about yourself. It opens up new doors. It pushes you past limits that you thought you had. And the thing is, guys, your process is going to look different from my process. The point being, guys, is that you can't look at somebody else's process and their journey of growth and expect yours to be the same. Some people it takes 10 videos to blow. Some people it takes 200 videos to blow. It doesn't really matter, guys. All that matters is that you go through that process. You go through those struggles and those highs and those lows, and just know that your journey is unique to you. That's what I said earlier, guys. I don't care about how many subscribers I have now or how much watch time I get, because I can feel the growth. It feels amazing. My growth is no longer validated by numbers and metrics. My growth has been in showing up. And I'm going to explain that in a little bit more detail to you guys here in a minute. But I just wanted to give you guys a backstory behind my 30-day challenge and why it mattered to me so much. One of the main things that I took away from completing this challenge is that oftentimes it's that very thing, that one thing that you've been avoiding for so long that you need to conquer in order to reach the level of growth and success that you've envisioned for your life. Not saying that everything you ever envisioned for your life is gonna happen right then and there in that moment after completing whatever challenge you set for yourself. What I'm saying though is that finally overcoming that hurdle, that obstacle, completing that challenge could be the first step forward, the first step in the right direction, as opposed to just taking steps laterally or just taking steps backwards. Now, have I gotten a lot of subscribers since starting this 30-day challenge? No. I think I have like 12 new subscribers since I started. But again, I saw growth in so many areas. My thumbnails got better, my research got better, my process for coming up with ideas got better. I finally took a deep dive into my analytics so that I could better understand them. I learned how to orchestrate and streamline my videos in a way now that sets me up for success in the near future. I also got better at scripting videos. And here's a fun fact, guys. This video is not scripted at all. Literally just turn on the camera and press the record. That is not something that I could do at the beginning of this journey. I'm telling you guys, when I first started and I tried to film with no preparation, it was just a bunch of hobble blobble. But now I'm actually coherent and I'm not tripping over every word. And so I've learned, guys, during this process is that like anything with life, it takes practice, real reps. That's the only way that you're gonna get better at this content creation thing, is by doing it over and over and over again. You are training a muscle. And guys, it's not about whether the video is good or bad. That is part of the process, guys. I definitely filmed some videos that I'm not particularly proud of, but I'm happy that I was able to get them done. And to be honest with you, it doesn't matter whether you think the video is good or bad. That's another thing I learned from this process, is that the audience will determine that. Now, I do really want to bring this full circle because I know I've been on several different tangents. Like I said, no preparation with this video. I literally just hit record, and this is stream of consciousness. This is me practicing in the gym. This is me exercising. This is me getting those reps in. Now, at the top of this video, I mentioned that you have to not just show up for yourself, but also show up for your people. And why I said this is because my perspective on YouTube actually changed. And it changed in the sense that I no longer saw YouTube as a social media platform. During my 30-day challenge, I was also just listening to some other YouTubers and their advice. And it just so happened that I stumbled across two different creators on my homepage. I guess the algorithm had aligned them with my page, but those creators both said a very similar thing in different ways, but the way that they expressed it resonated with me in a big way. I feel like what they were saying was meant for me to be heard at that time, because I really needed to hear that message in order for me to keep going. And putting this in my own words with that new perspective, I now see YouTube as a streaming service. Just like you have probably at some point in your life subscribed to Netflix or Amazon or Hulu. What's great about the streaming services is that they tend to be very curated. And as you guys know, these platforms will essentially try to offer and display content that aligns with your interests based on your past activity. But that still doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because you as the audience, as the viewer, are very intentional about what you want to watch. And think about it, that's how you are with YouTube. Yes, YouTube does have its homepage that recommends you videos, but generally when you go on YouTube, you are intentionally going on there to find an answer to a specific problem or to watch a very specific video that is going to satisfy a specific want or need. You don't really get that with social media platforms. You're kind of stuck in this immense world of random videos, and you're just kind of caught in this endless cycle of just swiping and not really getting that exact thing that you want. Oftentimes the things you see are very random. And let's be honest, even when you are trying to find the answer to something specific, let's say you type in how to grow on TikTok, you're still gonna go on YouTube to watch that video. That's just shows how much power YouTube has. That's what you come to YouTube for. You have a certain expectation and a certain interest, and you get the same result over and over and over again. And so if you start to look at YouTube as a streaming service, then this analogy that I'm about to tell you will make sense. So let's say that I am subscribed to ESPN. I go to ESPN every day to watch sports. I can depend on ESPN. I can show up every day to ESPN and expect to watch basketball or football or baseball. ESPN is satisfying my need for sports entertainment. But let's say you log into ESPN one day to watch a game and there's a blank screen. You're like, huh? ESPN didn't show up? You try again the next day. Same thing, still a blank screen. ESPN didn't show up. But my need for watching a sports game for entertainment is still there, and I need to satisfy that craving. So what am I gonna do? If ESPN is not showing up, I'm gonna go find the next best thing. I'm gonna tune in to Fox Sports. So by not consistently showing up, ESPN just lost out on what could have been a lifetime subscriber. So hopefully the analogy is starting to make sense now, but you can't just show up today. You can't just show up tomorrow. You can't just show up for the next month. You have to show up every day for your audience. And I'm not saying that you have to post every single day, but you better post so much to the point that folks don't forget about you. If you don't post that day, you better be doing something that is helping you to get a step forward in your content creation journey. Because just know that day you don't post, you take the risk of somebody taking their attention elsewhere. That person that could have been tuned into you is now watching somebody else. This content creation thing is not about you. You are just the medium that people have chosen to watch. So your job is just to provide value to them in a form of education or entertainment. And that's what really motivated me to switch gears, is because even though in my heart I was always doing this for the audience, when I took a realistic look at how I was approaching things, I was not showing up for my audience. I was letting them down. I was letting down all of the introverts out there who were maybe looking for content like mine and couldn't find it. And so to bring together all of the stream of consciousness stuff that I said in this video, this one was really for the introverts out there, the introverted content creators out there like myself who have been struggling with being consistent on their YouTube channel. Show up. I know we don't like to show up to events and things in person, but here's an opportunity for you to show up here on your channel as your authentic self every single day in some shape or form. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a video. It can be a community post. It can be a short, whatever it is that works for your schedule, but just show up, be active with your audience, talk to your audience, let people know what you're going through, share your journey, share your stories, help people through their problems, Be there as much as possible. Show up for the folks who support you. And even if they don't support you yet, show up to where they have no choice but to. And as an introvert, in our real lives, we naturally show up for the people that we care about. We are as loyal as they come. So why can't we do that same thing for our audience on social media? You are doing yourself a disservice. You're not being you. You know how to show up. It's in your nature. You already know how to do this. It's just that you've gotten in your head too much and you gotta stop. So hopefully something that I said today at some point in this video was helpful or inspired you. You don't have to do a 30-day challenge like I did. That is just something that I personally needed to do to kick me into another gear. One thing I can tell you is that I am going to show up for you guys. I apologize for not showing up in the past and not rising to the challenge, but I am here now and I am just excited for what's ahead. If you're ready to show up, I want you to comment down below. It doesn't even really have to be YouTube related or content creation related. If you're just ready to show up in some aspect of your life and be consistent, comment down below. I'm ready to show up. That's all I got for today, guys. Again, for those who don't know me, my name is Dre, and I make empowering and relatable content for introverts. If you could relate to this video in any way, would certainly appreciate if you hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks again for watching.